In the lively town of Nakhon Ratchasima, Lalisa was a free spirit. She did whatever she wanted, whenever she wanted. Having just moved to the area, she was new to the school and lived in a modest apartment close to the campus, which gave her the freedom to explore her surroundings without any restrictions. Lalisa's independent and carefree nature often led her on spontaneous adventures. She wandered the streets, visited new places, and embraced the beauty of her new environment. Despite being an introvert, she found joy in simple pleasures, like writing poetry in a quiet park or playing football with neighborhood kids. One afternoon, as Lalisa was heading home from one of her wanderings, she noticed a girl ahead of her. With nothing particular in mind, Lalisa began to follow her. She didn't know who this girl was, but she soon found out it was Sirinda. At first, Lalisa had no idea who Sirinda was. She was simply drawn to Sirinda's confident vibe and the way she carried herself. Lalisa followed her, lost in thought and curiosity, observing Sirinda's interactions and daily routines. Sirinda, unaware of Lalisa's presence, continued her way to her mother's shop, greeting customers with a warm smile and lending a hand when needed. Lalisa watched from a distance, feeling a mix of admiration and insecurity. She wondered what it would be like to be as confident and admired as Sirinda. Deep down, she felt something more, an attraction she didn't fully understand yet. One evening, Sirinda and her mother, Prafi, were having dinner together. Sirinda decided to bring up her concerns about Lalisa. "Mom, there's something I need to tell you," Sirinda said hesitantly, glancing at her mother. Prafi looked up from her plate, concern in her eyes. "What is it, dear?" "There's this girl, Lalisa. She's been following me around lately, and it's making me feel uneasy," Sirinda confessed. Prafi frowned, her protective instincts kicking in. "Following you? That's strange. Have you spoken to her?" Sirinda shook her head. "No, I haven't. I don't know what she wants." Prafi sighed. "I don't want you to interact with her. She might be trouble. Stay away from her." "Okay?" Sirinda nodded, but deep down, she couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to Lalisa than met the eye. Despite her family's warnings, Lalisa couldn't stop thinking about Sirinda. She often saw Sirinda coming to tutor a child near Lalisa's house. But after that day, things changed. Sirinda no longer came alone, always accompanied by either her mother or another family member. Lalisa watched from afar, hoping for a chance to approach Sirinda, but the opportunity never came. Lalisa found happiness just by seeing Sirinda, even without speaking to her. During this time, Lalisa learned Sirinda's name, her family, and that her house was also nearby. Lalisa's fascination with Sirinda grew, and she continued to observe her from a distance, cherishing the brief moments when their paths crossed. As Lalisa adjusted to her new life in school, she found comfort in small connections with others. She became friends with Jai, a fellow poetry enthusiast she met at the poetry club. "Jai, have you ever felt an inexplicable connection with someone you barely know?" Lalisa asked one afternoon, her voice tinged with uncertainty. Jai looked thoughtful for a moment before responding. "Sometimes, certain people come into our lives and leave a lasting impression, even if we don't fully understand why. It's like their presence resonates with our soul." Lalisa nodded, feeling a sense of comfort in Jai's words. "That's exactly how I feel about Sirinda." One evening, Lalisa sat by her window, looking out at the street below. She saw Sirinda walking with her mother, their heads bent in conversation. Lalisa's heart ached with longing, but she knew she had to keep her feelings hidden. She watched them disappear around the corner, feeling a mix of sadness and hope. In the meantime, Sirinda couldn't stop thinking about Lalisa. She missed seeing her, missed the way Lalisa's presence made her feel. Sirinda started to feel something deeper for Lalisa, something she couldn't quite put into words. She wanted to see Lalisa, to talk to her, but her mother's watchful eye made it impossible. As the days went by, Sirinda and Lalisa continued their silent exchange. They saw each other from a distance, their eyes meeting briefly before looking away. They both felt the unspoken connection between them, but neither could find the courage to bridge the gap. One afternoon, Lalisa was sitting in the park, writing poetry, when Molly approached her. "Hi, Lalisa," Molly greeted cheerfully. "Hi, Molly. How have you been?" Lalisa asked with a smile. "I miss Sirinda tutoring me," Molly said, a hint of sadness in her voice. "She was really nice and made learning fun." Lalisa nodded, feeling a pang of longing. "I'm sure you were a great student, Molly." Molly looked up at Lalisa, curiosity in her eyes. "Do you know why Sirinda stopped coming?" Lalisa hesitated, unsure of how to respond. "Sometimes things change and people have to follow different paths," she said gently. That evening, as Sirinda and her mother were preparing dinner, Prafi noticed the distant look in her daughter's eyes. "Sirinda, is everything okay?" Prafi asked, concern evident in her voice. "I miss tutoring Molly," Sirinda admitted softly. Prafi sighed. "I know you enjoyed it, but it's important to focus on your studies and responsibilities at home." Sirinda nodded obediently, but her mind was elsewhere, thinking about Lalisa and the unspoken connection they shared.